Take 50.
Hey guys, Screamer Bros here. Take 50 with the Red Eyes Black Dragon deck profile. So anyway, 50 takes taken so far. I've been sneezing loads and we've just been cocking up on the cards. Anyway, apologies for not uploading as regularly as usual. England is still in the World Cup and I've been in the pub drinking and I've not had time to make crappy YouTube videos. So anyway, we'll get into the deck profile and show what we play. So Red Eyes deck obviously requires you to play 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon. Same reason we also play 3 Black Stone of Legend. You contribute this card to a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. Special a level 7 or lower Red Eyes. Level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck. You can also add this card back to your hand by shuffling a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your graveyard into your deck, to then obviously add this card back to your hand. However, you can't use both effects in the same turn. Play 1 copy of the big bad boss monster of the deck of Red Eyes Dark and Spell Dragon. Banish a face-up Dragon-type monster you control to special summon this card, then he can reborn Dragon-type monsters from your graveyard. Play the 1 copy of Light Pulsar Dragon. You are not going to special summon this card by banishing a light and a dark monster from your graveyard unless you get to some really techie plays. But anyway, Light Pulsar Dragon, when it's sent to the graveyard, so obviously you can bring it back with Red Eyes Dark and Spell Dragon. When it's sent to the graveyard, you can summon a level 5 or higher Dark Dragon-type monster from your graveyard, so you can reborn Red Eyes Black Dragon with it. So this happens when it's been linked, destroyed by battle, exceeded, whatever. So it's just quite versatile. 1 copy of Red Eyes Black Flare Dragon. We play this because a lot of the Red Eyes spells and traps require that you have send a Red Eyes on hand or field to graveyard, so you can burn through the resources quite quick. So this is the 4th Red Eyes. Also, it's got the Gemini effect where if damage calculation is performed with this card, you can inflict damage to the opponent equal to this card's original attack. So it comes up occasionally and it's good for the end of match procedures for burning for last minute. Red Eyes Archfiend of Lightning. A lot of decks don't play this, but Red Eyes is just a fun casual deck and I quite like being able to play as many of the Red Eyes cards as possible. So I'll play 1 copy of this. You use it to summon our Archfiend Black Skull Dragon. Also, it's got the Gemini effect where if this card has been summoned again, you can destroy all monsters face up on your opponent's side of the field whose defense is lower than this card's attack. So again, it can come up and it can be useful. Play the 2 copies of Red Eyes Baby Dragon. If this card has been destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can summon a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your deck and equip this card to it. That monster then gains 300 attack. And then if this equipped card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 level 1 Dragon-type monster from your deck to your hand. So you can add Black Stone of Legend. Alternatively, you can add Black Metal Dragon. Now, once per turn, you can equip this card to a Red Eyes monster you control, either from your hand or from your field. And the equipped monster gains 600 attack. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, either as an equipped card or while it's on the field, you get to add any Red Eyes card from your deck to your hand except Red Eyes Black Chick. Play 2 copies of Gearfried, the Red Eyes Iron Knight. So, once per turn, if an equipped card is equipped to this card, you can destroy it and then destroy a spell or trap card your opponent controls. It's quite versatile for just getting rid of back row. It's quite cool. Once per turn, and then the secondary effect, once per turn you can send 1 equipped spell card you control to the graveyard, and then you can reborn a level 7 or lower Red Eyes monster from your graveyard. Play 3 copies of the King of D. This card's quite cool. It gets you easy access to Dragon Revival Rhapsody because obviously you'll get loads of Red Eyes in the graveyard and you want to reborn them all. It's a bit similar to the Blue Eyes archetype. Both these decks work in a similar way. Anyway, he's a very good normal summon target. He's a very good normal summon for the deck to help you extend your plays. So we play 3. Play 3 copies of Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. In most of my decks that I play, I'll probably play Ash if I'm going to go play 3 hand traps, but for Red Eyes, you don't necessarily need a lot of the extra deck space, and I just quite like having Ghost Reaper in this deck. I mean, feel free to change this to Ash, Droll, Effect Veil, or whatever you want. Play 3 copies of Return of the Dragon Lords. Obviously, reborn a level 7 or 8 Dragon-type monster in your graveyard, and then when this card is in the graveyard, it gives your Dragon's protection by banishing it from the graveyard. 2 copies of Dragon Revival Rhapsody. We only play 2 because it's obviously searchable with King of D. So if you can bring back 2... if you control a spellcaster-type monster, which is King of D, you can target up to 2 Dragon-type monsters in your graveyard, including at least 1 normal monster, special summon them, but your opponent takes no battle damage for the rest of this turn. Moving on, we play 2 copies of Red Eyes Insight. Send 1 Red Eyes monster from your deck to your hand to the graveyard. From your deck or hand to the graveyard. and add 1 red eye spell or trap from your deck to your hand. So this is your main search of the deck. I'm playing 2, I'll be honest, I couldn't find a third. I've got an Allure of Darkness here. Feel free to take out the Allure of Darkness and make a third one of Red Eye's Insight. So, yeah, there we go. 2 copies of Red Eye's Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Red Eye's monster from your extra deck using materials from your hand, deck, or field as the materials for that card. However, you cannot normal or special summon other monsters at the turn you activate this card. 2 copies of Card of Redstone. This is the trade-in of the deck, essentially. Send a level 7 Red Eyes monster from your hand to the graveyard and draw 2 cards. Then you can send 1 level 7 Red Eyes monster from your deck to the graveyard. So it's basically trade-in, but also has a Foolish Burial effect to a degree. We then play 2 copies of Silver's Cry, because just like in Blue Eyes, we have a lot of vanilla monsters we can continue to bring back. Personal preference here, I like to play 2 copies of Scapegoat. I like to make Bovelo Dragon and Firewall Dragon out of it and just beef up my opponent. If you want, you could always take this out for more cards. You could play Desires, you could play Upstart, you could play Traps if you really wanted to. And lastly, for the spells, we play 1 copy of Monster Reborn and 1 copy of Soul Charge. It's a 40 card main deck, like I said. I will play the 3rd copy of Red Eyes Insight, I just need to get hold of one. Well, like I said, we haven't done a deck profile in a while, so we needed to get an upload. So that is the 40 card main deck. Moving on to the extra. Play 1 copy of each Red Eyes Fusion, well the main ones at least. Black Comet Dragon, Black Skull Dragon, and Red Eye Slash Dragon. They all have different effects. Red Eye Slash Dragon is most notably the most different of the 3. When a Red Eyes monster clears an attack, you can target 1 warrior monster in your graveyard equipped to this card. This card then gains 200 attack, takes up to 3k, so it makes it quite beefy. When a card, and while it has a monster equipped to it, its effect becomes similar to Decode Talker, where if your opponent targets a card you control, you can send one of the equipped spells to the graveyard, the equipped spells equipped to this card, or the equipped monsters to this card, to the graveyard, to then get the activation and destroy it. Meteor Black Comet and Meteor Black Comet and Archfiend Black Skull Dragon both have burn effects. Quite good for end of the time procedures, and they also have nice attack in 3-5 and 3-2. Archfiend Black Skull Dragon is a bit like an Archfiend, where Archfiend is a bit like a Ancient Gear card, where he attacks your opponent, can't activate any cards to the end of the damage step. And when Meteor Black Comet Dragon is summoned, he inflicts burn damage by sending a Red Eyes from your deck to your graveyard. I think Joe was just taking a photo of me on Snapchat as I do here. Sneaky. Onto the XCs, we play 1 copy of Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, we play 1 copy of Galaxy Eyes Tomahawk. Flare Metal Dragon makes your opponent pay life points to activate spells and trap cards. Again, inflicts more burn damage and is good for the end of time procedures. Number 42, Galaxy Tomahawk. When you have 2 level 7s, you can obviously summon this card and then just spam your board with tokens, and then use those tokens to make link monsters. You can make Yugioh or Bovelo Dragon. Speaking of the link monsters, we play 2 copies of Link Spider, 1 firefighting Dromedal. I like playing this over I like playing this card over Mrs. Radiant because it can pop back row. So yeah, there we are, bit of versatility. 1 Cleethought Genius, because all the tokens that are summoned off Tomahawk are machine, so you'll use one of the tokens and Tomahawk to go into this, and then you'll use the other tokens to make Link Spiders, and then that's how you make your Bobberload or Firewall. Play the 1 copy of Firewall Dragon and the 1 copy of Bobberload. Firewall Dragon can be just made off any 4 monsters, including Scapegoat tokens. Bobberload Dragon out problems, so it's very good. Play the 1 copy of Yugioh, because you can also make Yugioh off the Galaxy Eyes Tomahawk, and then you can use his effect to draw 4 cards, send 3 back, and special summon a card from your hand and push for OTK potential. Next, we just play some Winter Cherries targets. So we play Totally Awesome, ABC Buster Dragon, and Izolde. So obviously Izolde's for Goki, ABC Buster Dragon for ABC, Totally Awesome for Paleo. Feel free to take any of these cards out and put more targets in as you wish. But that's the deck profile, guys. Like I said, Red Eyes, it's a chill deck. It's something you'll take to locals, have some fun with. Wouldn't recommend taking to a major event. But thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.